Welcome back, everyone, to NRG Stadium in Houston. It's Texans football as we rejoin the action in quarter number 1. Field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he's a running back. Taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot. C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. Steps away to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football, but when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Texans take a 7-0 lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
Have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Herbert. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd down. Here's Herbert. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And points.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Just a 1-yard. Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. it's Jackson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive here, 3rd and 4. Now it's Herbert. And that is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Bailey's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, brother, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
On the return, Dontrell Hilliard. Oh, good return up past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On play action, they'll throw. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Caught left side by Cobb. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time. Back to throw now on 1st down. Open man, here's Cobb. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. That's patience to be admired right there, because he looks left, looks right, and waits for the right guy to come open, spots him in the middle of the field, and delivers. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. Touchdown! That's caught. Randall Cobb with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And fresh off the pick six. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? On second down now. It's Jackson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Defensively, they rally the troops to force fourth down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. On the return, it's King. And this will be a touchdown. An impressive punt return of 76 yards. And the Texans continue to pull away here in this first half. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Texans scoop it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. They'll run with Jackson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say. Normally
I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's King. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Houston. Miles Boykin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Charger drive about to get going. On 1st and 10, Herbert. That'll be complete to Cook. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Right side caught by Jackson.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now he's flushed out right. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. They'll set up the screen here to Justin Jackson. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And it's the Jaguars who have the lead in the second quarter. Trevor Lawrence has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Raheem Mostert, a touchdown run in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Ready to return, here's Hilliard. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how... they're approaching it.
Watch a slant, watch a slant.
Now a carry here for Hilliard. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 42. And now time is called as we've got an in.
When you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling, and how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Looking for the end zone. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Texans add on. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this.
Secured is the important part because the ball can touch the ground, but it can't be loose when it does. So that's what they're going to have to try and figure out.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the... Second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions. And
nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Ross Blacklock breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7, and that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. And now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
And all this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stopped him behind the line for the second straight play. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll drop this down to Jackson, and he'll get it up here this time to the 21. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Isaiah Coulter, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And going deep downfield for Boykin. Touchdown, Houston. Miles Boykin, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans continue to pour it on. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
Puppy wants a treat.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Chargers offense back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Desmond King, ex of the Chargers and Titans, in on the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Herbert now. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Devon Kennard in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations.
Chargers suck at football.
Right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. That's taken in by the tight end, McKinney. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on for the 5th time here today.
Since I don't know, SOK no presents kind Zurich and
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He has been on his A game. We're in the 3rd quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding my eyes finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he's going to do next. This has been a blast to watch him play the position.
He's been spectacular with those 4 touchdown passes.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because I nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here.
Quin
A lot of people
ewers
think that the
football
offense
bad.
is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he is going to have the Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. On the run, this is Hilliard. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Texans! Miles Boykin, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Texans are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Field, here comes Los Angeles. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never play a starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The Chargers on 3rd down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Herbert. He'll get this to his running back. It's Justin Jackson. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Houston set to take over. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They find some open field here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And a long run there in the end to top it off. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. LA readies for its next possession. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about it.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Vernon Butler busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
After the sack on 1st down, Herbert. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for LA. And taken right at the 35. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll run. It's Hilliard. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines. And
this will be caught. We'll forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Texans, it's a big win here as they move to 11.
Bring your lunch pails, fellas. I need to see that workman attitude today. We got to get better today. What I want to know is, who's ready to get better? I'm ready to work today. You ready to work? You ready to work? All right, then let's see it. Let's get out there and do it.
Ready? Ready?
today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara.
Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Houston Texans and the San Francisco 49ers.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. The 49er offense coming out here for the first time, led by their quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo, fifth season with the 49ers, 8th overall in the National Football League.
And he's been, in my mind, the best player in the NFL at this point of the season. And I think if you polled folks with a ballot, and I certainly have one, I think they'd say he's the front runner for MVP. So now it comes down to finishing out the season strong. And a good game here would certainly strengthen his case.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. To throw is Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Shaq Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for.
And it'll bring up third down. Garoppolo now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jennings. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. So here are the Texans now with a long field ahead. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And he's been, in my mind, the best player in the NFL at this point of the season. And I think if you polled folks with a ballot, and I certainly have one, I think they'd say he's the front runner for MVP. So now it comes down to finishing out the season strong. And a good game here would certainly strengthen his case.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Past the 20.
Bring it!
Touchdown, Houston. Randall Cobb, 88 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. There's Garoppolo to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well when they took the shot.
Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans.
Brandon Cooks, his 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
You bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes...
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. At issue here, does the football make contact with the ground before he secured it? And I think some of these angles are going to give us a pretty good look.
Securing is the important part because the ball can touch the ground, but it can't be loose when it does. So that's what they're going to have to try and figure out.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he will lose yardage here. Back at the 23-yard line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And he was looking for Elijah Mitchell out of the backfield.
Third down here. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. On the return comes Cobb.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans push further out in front. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Play action, Garoppolo. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Hands it off out of the gun. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes.
Three scores down, not even at halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great
Chargers suck at football.
punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown.
He's got a man complete. He's at the 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan, an even 90 yards. And the Texans are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, what, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.